What's up, YouTube? It's Boxing Mind TV. You read the title, so let's get straight to it. Adrien Broner. It's been a couple weeks now, or at least almost 2 weeks, I believe, since he fought. And I'm wondering, like, what's the next step for Adrien Broner in his career? Should he fight a top fighter next, a top elite fighter, or should he go for more tune-ups? Because in his post-fight interview with Brian Custard, he was saying that Al Heyman needs to keep him busy. You know, keep him busy in fights. He'll be better. He'll be more sharp. He'll let his hands go more. But it seems like that's the situation every time Adrien Broner fights. It's his lack of ability, or not lack of ability, but lack of him letting off on the trigger, like letting his hands go. For some reason, he won't let his hands go like we want him to, and perhaps it's because he's in the higher weight division. You know, I feel like, if I remember correctly, in the lower weight divisions, he let his hands go at times, but you could see in some fights where he would not let his hands go, but he has so much power behind his punches at those weight classes that guys weren't just coming in there like that, you know, trying to pressure him like that, you know what I'm saying? So he could pick his shots and land those shots and knock these guys out, then let his hands go. You know, he wasn't, I don't think Adrien Broner was ever a volume puncher, but when we watch his fights, though, when he does let his hands go, let the combos go, it looks so nice. Like, he could, if he does that all night, he'll dominate this guy. You know what I'm saying? But I think Adrien Broner is his own. Adrien Broner is his own problem, for real. You know, he's the problem. He calls his nickname himself the problem, but he's his own problem. His discipline is what's getting him lackluster for performances. You know, he's not focused year round. He only works out, gets ready for fights, works out and gets ready for fights only when it's close to fight time, or when he has a fight scheduled. He's not working out year round. You know, Adrien Broner discipline is what's getting him the performance that he's getting. I feel like if he stays focused and trains and gets away from the alcohol, like he says he wants to, you know, he admitted to it that, you know, alcohol is a problem, you know, sex and everything like that. So, you know, kudos to Adrien Broner for admitting that, you know, because I want Adrien Broner to be, you know, have some great performances and be great, but he continues to shoot himself in the foot. And I think fighting a top opponent next wouldn't be the best thing for Adrien Broner. You know, in this last fight, he had this opponent could have possibly beat him. I think his name was Santiago. He could have possibly beat him. You know, he probably, in a lot of people's eyes, he probably did win. You know what I'm saying? Like, Adrien Broner, he landed the more telling blows, crispier shot. The jab was in dude's face all night, marked him up a little bit. But the other guy, Santiago, was more busy. He was landing shots to the body. But Adrien Broner was more accurate. You know, I think the fight was closer than what people thought. As far as the scorecards, I don't think it was like a blowout unanimous decision that the judges, you know, scored it for Adrien Broner. But I'm not surprised about the decision. I think Santiago would have had to knock out Adrien Broner, knock him down to get the win, because nobody knows him. You know, he was 14-0. But Adrien Broner had a tough time with him, though. Had a tough time because Adrien Broner he won't let his hands go consistently enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's stamina issues, but also could be because, you know, he's been hurting his body over the years, drinking and stuff. So and partying and not, keeping his weight down throughout his career. He continues to fight his weight, continues to drain himself to the weight class that he's supposed to be fighting in instead of staying at his weight. So his body won't go through that stress to that stress to lose all that weight at a certain period of time. And I think that's affecting him now. He's getting older. He's in his 30s now, and I think Adrien Broner has to really try to sit down and just discipline himself, whether you have a fight or not set up. You know what I'm saying? Whether you have the fight schedule or not, you need to work out and stay disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Continue to run. Continue to train, whether you got to fight or not. That's the only way you're gonna get better. Stay in the gym. You can't, be unfocused because you don't have a fight. Of course you want to fight, but you know how boxing is sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is, especially during this pandemic. You should have been training the whole time. You know what I'm saying? The whole time he's out for 2 years to be training, just like Floyd would do. You know what I'm saying? He was tired for 2 years, but he was always training. He always kept himself in shape because he knew one day he probably would want to be back. You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle thing, and I think Adrien Broner kind of like, strayed away from that lifestyle, and he's been doing that for over the years. He's been getting away with it, and he hasn't, refocused, or anybody is able to get to him to stay on his shit. You know what I'm saying? For him to stay on his shit, but I really hope Adrien Broner could do something. But as far as fighting the elite fighters right now, next, I know Regis Prograis is talking about, wanting to fight Adrien Broner, or Adrien Broner, they've been talking a little trash, wanting to fight each other. I don't think Regis Prograis is the best option for Adrien Broner next. Adrien Broner needs to get some more tune-ups and actually get some more training camps in, and actually let his hands go, keep his body, just get his body back. You know what I'm saying? Get his body back the way he wants it, where he's 100%, where he could release everything in his arsenal, and not tire out, and basically give it his all. You know what I'm saying? If he have to go to war, he can go to war. If he got to box, he can box. And you have to move around the ring, he could do it. He could do all these things. You know what I'm saying? But he has to stay in the gym. Adrien Broner is his own enemy, and he knows that. So knowing that he knows that, he admits that, that's one step closer for him to grow and actually prevail from everything he's going through. You know what I'm saying? And come out on top. I want him to come out on top, but he has to do his part. He has to do his part. So I think he should get some more tune-ups in, maybe 2 or 3 more tune-ups this year, if he can. And then maybe he could challenge Regis Prograis or any, a title contender, and then fight for the title at 140. You know what I'm saying? If it's possible, he should do that. No doubt. He should definitely look for that. You know what I'm saying? But Adrien Broner needs to stay focused, and I think sometimes too, his team is not helping him out totally. You know what I'm saying? Because in that fight, they were saying he was good, he was winning, but I feel like they should have told him that he needed to throw his hands go. I feel like they let Adrien Broner let him be too relaxed and feel like he's not in no trouble when he's in the fight. I feel like they need to be real honest with him. Just like in the Pacquiao fight, I don't think they was honest with him and telling him like, man, you behind, you losing right now. Throw your fucking hand, let your hands go. You know what I'm saying? You're too comfortable right now. You just moving out the way of punches, but you're not capitalizing on those, those misses that you're making them have. You know what I'm saying? You have to put the pressure on and let your hands go a little bit, get in the danger zone a little bit, but he won't do that. But it's partially because of him that he won't do it, but partially because his team won't. Sometimes his team won't won't tell him to let his hands go. I think at one time they did tell him to let his hands go, but he just wouldn't do it. I think Kevin Cunningham was telling him, man, let your hands go, let your damn hands go. I think we were fighting Mikey Garcia. What's Mikey Garcia? I think it might have been Mikey Garcia. Let his hands go, but he just won't let his hands go. It's something that Adrien Broner has to figure out why he won't let his hands go. You know, it's a mental thing. They go to therapy and they do something, you know, to get back to letting your hands go at times. Like I said, I don't think he let his hands go like crazy in the past, but he would let his hands go more than what he's doing now. You know what I'm saying? And partially because he was in lower weight divisions, and his power was felt a little bit more than what it is now in this weight division. So he feel like he had to be more cautious in his weight division than he was in the past. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to get caught in between his punches and then he's hurt. Say, you know, thinking about Medina fight too much, you know. But I really hope he gets back on it and he gets on the grind and just, you know, and then when he gets fights like this, he goes in and dominate, because this dude, he should have dominated easily. You know, this dude, he just put pressure on Adrien Broner, throw a lot of punches, but Adrien Broner should have dominated this dude easily. You know what I'm saying? If you just put his punches together, he could have probably knocked the guy out. You know, the way, you know, once Adrien Broner put his punches together, them combos, they look nice and crisp, he could have possibly knocked this guy out. So Adrien Broner needs to work on that, and needs to work on, you know, just staying disciplined, staying in the gym, and letting his hands go, get his mental right over everything. And I don't think he should fight any elite fighters right away. The next fight, I know sometimes your pride and ego can get in the way, but if his team lets him know and be honest with him, like, yeah, you need a couple more tune-ups, man. We need to see more out of you before we let you go to fight, you know, a top contender or you know, elite fighter, and you know you can't perform at your best. So get some more tune-ups, get some more garbage cans or whatever, and beat them up a little bit. You know, build your confidence up, and then take a shot at them top boys and see what you can do. See what you can make another run at the title. All right. But I do want Adrien Broner to be great. I do want him to get another title. You know, he's entertaining. He has before the fights, he's entertaining for sure. Before the fight, entertaining. But I think it's going to get old eventually if he don't win these fights in big fights or win them in great fashion. So that's all I got to say, man. It's Boxing Mind TV. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. All right.